Hello, the internet, and welcome to something random. Tonight, and I say tonight because it's like, dark 30, I'm going to be doing my makeup, pretty much. There are a couple of videos that I need to film. One is the announcement for the giveaway that I'm doing, and also I'm still interested in doing kind of a recap on the first 6 months of the So Susan Color Curate subscription. I did do an Instagram post about it, just kind of showing this month's products. Once again, super duper happy with them. 2 of the products, an eyeshadow palette and actually a concealer face palette, are going in the giveaway. So, yay! I will get into the giveaway more in that specific video, but essentially it's going to be 3 bags of prizes. It's not like a first, second, and third prize type thing. They all have the same types of items in them. It's just nuances and variances between brands and, the products themselves. So, every bag is going to have a couple of lip products, an eyeshadow, that sort of thing. It's just, one might be NYX Butter Lipstick, and another might be Ulta Beauty Tinted Lip Oil or something like that. Anyhow, we'll get into that tomorrow. I digress. So, let's put on some makeup so that I can look competent in that video. Yay! Okay, given that it is super duper late and I'm not exactly trying to make my makeup last for like 8 hours, instead of a primer, I'm going to be using the Bellápierre Precious Diamonds Hand and Body Lotion. This came in the Yes Oh Yes subscription box. This arrived yesterday. Everything in that box was from Bellápierre. There was an eyeshadow palette. I've done a couple of looks with it so far. There was this, obviously. There were a couple of lip products, lip liner, lipstick, and like a top coat. I haven't played with it yet, but it seems really interesting. So, an entire box of fun goodies from Bellápierre. So it's nice to have a wider variety of products to use from them. Moving on, so I'm going to be applying this as a base for my makeup. This lotion kind of smells like laundry. Clean laundry, not dirty laundry, to clarify. So I definitely like the scent, but if you're against fragranced body lotions, you may not like it. Bunny ears time. Oh, and I don't think I can get shorter so that you see the bunny ears. Whatever, they're cute. I like them. They make me happy. I would switch to cat ears, but no, I want bunnies. And it's almost Easter, so it's in keeping with the season. Does anyone remember Little Bunny Foo-Foo? Like, little Bunny Foo-Foo hopping through the forest, scooping up the field mice, popping them on their heads. Yeah, I don't know why. That's what I think about every time I put these on. It's good fun. That's how my brain works. It's fun up here. It really is. Okay, I'm going to be doing the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation shade Buff as my foundation. I am almost done with this. I am so close. So close. And then I get to move on to more fun products. So, don't get me wrong. This is good, but it is definitely going to be in the empties at the end of this month. Also using my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush to apply this because e.l.f. is awesome. And I kid about switching over to a different foundation, but I love this foundation. I have 2 backups that are just waiting in my backup drawer. I saw that tag going around the, what are my backups or what's in my backup makeup drawer tag, and I think that I might want to do that one eventually. No one's nominated me or tagged me in it or anything like that, but I think it's just interesting to know what somebody has in their drawer just waiting for their current product to run out. It's nice to know what's important. So that'll happen eventually. Okay, so while I am doing my makeup, I'm going to be using the Ulta Beauty Juice Infused Lip Oil. This one is in Cranberry and Pomegranate. As you can see, this will be another empty for March. I'm almost done with it. I love this stuff so much. It's like my favorite lip oil. I've also tried the Julep one. That one sucks in comparison. This one is awesome. One of these exists in one of the prize bags. I did try and include a lot of favorite products, just so you know what it is that I love. Because what I love is important, right? Right? It's important. Okay, I don't usually move on to my eyes before I do the rest of my face, but I want to play with this. This is the Jelly Pong original Sheen palette. The layout for the Trifle Cosmetics Honeycomb palette, another item that's included in the giveaway, is substantially similar to this. Obviously the packaging is different, and this is technically two different brands. They have to be coming from the same factory. This is kind of an offshoot of the video, but they have to be made by the same company, or the same factory. They probably have the same parent company. I haven't actually looked into it. If I do decide to do like a comprehensive review of any of those brands, like an Indie Brand of the Month type thing, I will look into that. But essentially I say that because all of the packaging is so substantially similar, there's no way they're not all the same company. Also, they're all cruelty-free. A lot of the same types of products are vegan, and like paraben-free and that sort of thing. The ingredients are pretty similar. So again, they have to have like the same parent company. It's all got to be coming from the same factory. It's just there's no way that they're separate. But I haven't played with the Honeycomb palette from Trifle Cosmetics because it's going in the giveaway. So I'm going to be using this. You get all these pretty colors. There are two different versions of this intense eyeshadow palette. There's this one, Friyay, and then there's a more neutral palette. I got this in the Color Curate subscription, so I have this one. I don't have the other one, but I'm not mad about it because I like colors way more than I like neutrals. So I'm going to be throwing on some primer. This particular eyeshadow goes better with kind of a tacky primer. I'm going to be using the Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer. It helps if I can talk. And then I'm just going to be dipping into fun colors. Be right back. Okay, so eyelids are primed and I went ahead and I tight lined. This is the Trustique, I don't know. Eyeliner pencil. This came in Ipsy. One of these is included in the giveaway. I think they messed up because I got two. So that benefits one of you lucky people. I actually love this. So it's in the shade Swift. It's in the shade Swiss Chocolate. And I think that's freaking awesome because I have gotten maybe 2 not black pencil or gel eyeliners in subscription boxes ever. So it's awesome that this is a brown liner, because anyone who gets subscriptions knows we all have black eyeliner coming out of our ears, because it's just what you get in a subscription box. So this was awesome. I love the heck out of it. and I'm actually almost done with it. There isn't a whole lot left, and I'm going to be very sad when I finish it. So whoever ends up with the extra one that I have, be grateful that I gave it up, that I didn't like hoard it to myself. So moving on. Okay, so for my eyes, unfortunately I am busting out my B Squad brushes because I need to wash my makeup brushes because I haven't done that in a couple of weeks, and that's gross. So brushes I don't usually use. I have a double-sided brush that came with the Makeup Revolution Iconic palettes, I think, and a couple of LA Colors brushes. I actually forgot how much I like these because I never use them, and they probably shouldn't be in my B Squad brushes because they're not bad. Especially like the blending brush, it's very soft and fluffy, and it does a really good job of blending out the edges, buffing shadows together, all of the things that you would want a fluffy blending brush to do. I swear that I am an adult who can use words. I swear. Moving on. And then I also have my Nicka K sets of eye brushes. I loved the heck out of these when I first got them, and they're still good. I have no problems with them. I should probably not call this like my B Squad brushes because they're not. They're all decent brushes. I have no problem with any of them. They get the job done. These are just not as soft as I would like for a lot of shadows, especially the shader brush. It's kind of coarse, and I don't love that, but for this particular palette, it's not a bad thing because they're all shimmer shades, and they're not as finely milled. They're a little bit thicker. I think that these are designed more to be like foiled shadows than anything else, so I feel like I can get a little rougher with them and things will be okay. Small side note, this palette smells really interesting. When I was photographing the Honeycomb palette by Trifle, it smells really interesting too. So the smell dissipates once the shadows are on you, but initially, like when you open it, it just has like an earthy, herbal smell. It's weird, it's different, it's interesting. So, okay, to make my life easier, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution London. This is the Flawless Matte palette for, obviously, a matte shade. So I can do this without blinding you, just because I have hooded eyes and they don't appreciate it when I put shimmers in my crease. So I'm going to be going into this palette. I will use the shade Smoke. Let's go with the gray. Okay, that is good enough. I'll probably end up going back in to build that up more, clean that up more at some point in the near future. Okay, moving on to the star of the show, I'm going to be going into my Friyay palette. I'm going to be using Swipe Right, this really dark, like blackish color for my outer corner, and then Prudent for my lid. It looks messy right now, but it'll get better, I promise. If you'll see So I haven't used concealer or anything to try and cut out my lid. These are extremely pigmented and they build up really well. So if you're someone who's interested in, a really vibrant, true blue color, this is the palette for you. If you saw my video duping the Natasha Denona palette, the Tropic palette, this is a good option if you're interested in these colors for that light blue. And I mean, it has a lot of gorgeous colors, so I would recommend it. I'm gonna get closer just so you can see this, but look, I'm not even wetting my brush. Like, that is how pigmented it is. Dry brush, just building it up a little bit. Amazing. Okay, so like this isn't exciting enough. I've decided I'm going to go in with the shade Obsessed, this gold, for my inner corner and lower lash line. I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll add something. Okay, so as you can see, the downside to such a pigmented eyeshadow is I have all sorts of fallout going on, which is why I didn't finish my face before I did my eyes, contrary to what I normally do. So I'm going to work to clean this up, and I'm going to be blending out the outer corners of this black, the Swipe Right shade, just to get a more polished look. And then I will be back to talk about liquid liner, lashes, mascara, that fun stuff, and then we'll move on to the rest of the face. Okay, so edges are softened up a bit. I don't know why, I always start off with this grand idea that I'm gonna have a more pointed edge to my eyeshadow, and then I decide that I don't want it, and I buff it out. So, in keeping with normal life, I'm going to be applying some liner. This is the Lancome Grandiose liner. It's black. I would love to say that this is my favorite thing in the world. Like, I feel like I should say that because it's Lancome, but I kind of like my M Cosmetics, the brush tip liner better, which I feel bad saying because it's literally half the price of this. But I actually did not purchase this. It was a gift from a coworker who got it accidentally on their Amazon order, and rather than making her send it back and go through all that hassle, they just ultimately said she could keep it, and she does not use liquid liner. So I got to benefit from, well, Amazon's screw up and her dislike of liquid liner. I am not complaining though, because this is not a bad liner. I feel like one of the reasons I don't love this liner is because I feel like I have to dip in so many times just to do my eyes. And I don't love that because, well, I mean, one, it's a hygiene issue. The more times that you have to go from your eyes to inside of your product, the more microbes and bacteria you're potentially introducing, and that can shorten the shelf life. But also, it's just really inconvenient. Like, I could do both of my eyes in like a wing with my brush tip pen liners, and this just takes forever. I don't have patience for those. And you can see that one's thicker than that one, and this is not working. So, M Cosmetics, Illustrative, eyeliner, black. I wish they had more colors. I'd buy all of them. And this is the brush tip, not the felt tip. Do not get the felt tip. It is not as awesome. And look at that. I'm done in like 30 seconds. Price does not indicate quality, people. Price does not indicate quality. Okay, even though there's no good reason for me to do it, I do want to put on false lashes because they make me feel pretty. And I'm going to be using the It Cosmetics Tightline Mascara. I want you to look at this wand. Look at this wand. It is tiny. It is tiny. And it still does such a good job of coating and separating my lashes. Like, if I can find just these wands somewhere, I'm going to buy all of them and use them to apply all of my mascara for the rest of my life. I love this so much. I was about to say I would trade my child, but I wouldn't actually do that. I would trade all my other mascaras if I could just have like a bag of these wands. Okay, now I'm going to be applying lashes, and these are the iKate lashes. You can get them at iKate House. They're like $1. These are my favorite everyday, more natural lash. Also included in the giveaway. Every bag has a set of these. I think I'm a little bit weird because I know that a lot of people trim their lashes. I will just straight up cut them in half and use them from like, I don't know, a third of the way down my lash line to the end, as opposed to trying to bring it all the way to the inner corner, because it's really uncomfortable for me and I just need to get used to lashes a little bit more. Okie dokie. Eyes are good. Did my brows. Now moving on to the rest of my face. So, I'm going to start out with, it is the Absolute Radiant Cover Concealer. Okay, I have not been big on contour recently. I still occasionally use the Nicka K one, but I'm not really in the mood for that, so we're going to go with e.l.f. blush in the shade Candid Coral. I feel like this is a really nice everyday blush. I typically prefer matte blushes, and this has a bit of a sheen to it, but I'm not complaining because it's very pretty. So, aside from the giveaway, as I had mentioned in the last Get Ready With Me, I am doing a bit of a research project. I did decide that the first thing I'm going to be doing is a research project and then subsequent video on the legality of dupe palettes. Essentially, why is it that Makeup Revolution and the Shop Hush app, specifically like Bad Habit Beauty and Oakland, they can do palettes that are so similar to, you know, Modern Renaissance or Kat Von D or just any number of mainstream palettes, and they don't get sued ever. I've done a bit of research already, and from what I can see, there really aren't any copyright infringement lawsuits based on the layout or packaging of makeup products, which is interesting. And I don't want to get into it here because it is a really broad subject that I'm going to explain everything from like the difference between copyrights and trademarks and patents and what sort of protections are offered and what you have to do to access those protections. But it's going to be a big project. But just suffice it to say, apparently it's really difficult to bring an infringement suit, and just having one palette appear similar to another is not necessarily a high enough bar to cross to be able to actually file a suit. So it's weird, it's going to be complicated. I'll probably do it in a couple of different parts just because obviously US law and the EU are different. We have different legal systems, so things that might be possible in the UK, for instance, aren't possible here. So that's going to be fun. And I live law and I live research, and that's like my actual day job. So that will be coming when I'm done doing all the research and getting an outline together. But look forward to that. Okay, highlights. I'm going with Trifle Cosmetics Magic Frosting. I'm really regretting that I have used all three of the highlights that I've gotten in the Color Curate subscription, because I'd actually very much like to include one or more of them in the giveaway, because I think that these liquid highlights are incredible, but I have used them all. And given that it's a liquid product, it's not really something that you can easily sterilize. And also, I don't believe in giving away used or even swatched makeup in a giveaway. I think that would be, even if I disclosed it at the onset, like I feel that would be inappropriate. So that's not something that I can include, but I really do think that these are just amazing. And although I'm not usually a bright highlight type person, I'm not big on like the weird colors, or at least I wasn't. I do find that I like Magic Frosting more than the other two that I have, which are Star Drops by Jelly Pong Pong, which is a gold, and Muse by So Susan Cosmetics, which is a silver. I enjoy wearing this even to work more than I do the others. So I'm just going to go ahead and swatch that really fast for you so you can see it. But look at that glow. It's so reflective, and it does have that like purpley reflect to it. But I love it. I wear it to work. I don't even care. Like, no one's complained so far, so. I don't think anyone in my office notices my makeup, to be completely honest. I've worn glitter to work and no one said anything, so I don't think they care. Okay, so let's highlight. Last but not least, let's do something with my lips. This is going to be the last item that I'm using today that is in the giveaway, one of the prize bags, and it's one of the LA Colors matte lipsticks. This shade here is Stay Put Plum. The one that's in the giveaway is also Stay Put Plum. I think that even though this is a purple plummy shade, it's still relatively wearable. I don't have a problem wearing this out, just out. It doesn't necessarily go with my eyes right now, but I wanna, so I'm gonna do it. I want to say that I got this lipstick for $1 on either Shop Miss A or at K House. $1. And there are a bunch of shades, so if you are the lucky person who wins this and you enjoy it, the formula is consistent throughout the shades. I have like 3 more, not this shade, but 3 more of this lipstick, and the formula is really consistent. And for a bullet cream lipstick, it wears really, really well, so highly recommend. Okay, so that was my get ready with me. My face is done. Take off my bunny ears. They've served their purpose. Things this month. So, just to throw it out there, I've done a lot of changes to my subscriptions. I have gotten rid of Ipsy. Unfortunately, it had renewed last month, so I think I have 2 more bags that are going to come. But that will not be renewing going forward. It's only $10 a month, but I don't care about it anymore. Like, I legitimately don't care about Ipsy. Everybody gets it. I see the reviews constantly. It's not something unique or special or interesting. The bags are cool, but I'm not a huge fan of just getting a bunch of samples, and I feel like that's what I'm receiving more often than not. Or if I have a full-size item, it's like a mascara that I wouldn't have purchased on my own. And before anyone goes, well, you have to do the reviews, I do the reviews. I do the reviews all the time. I have had Ipsy since last year. I believe I started it in August or September of last year. So I've had it for a while, and I don't really feel like, even with doing the reviews on a monthly basis, that it knows my preferences. So I keep getting items that I'm just not excited about, and that's not it. It's only $10, but it's not worth $10. So that's gone. If you saw my Instagram post, you will see that I had canceled and then reactivated my Chic to Chic subscription. That one's $14.99 a month, and mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. If you didn't see that post, you need to go see the post, because I'm not going to get into it, but essentially out of 6 items between last month and this month, only 2 were unique. Everything else was a duplicate, and that's, oh my god, what a waste of money. So, not happy about that. Nobody's subscribed to that ever. It's a terrible plan. And now I'm stuck with it. Stuck with it for a couple of months, which is really annoying. I am going to be letting the So Susan the Color Curate subscription renew, because for $20, almost $21, I'm getting roughly $100 worth of products every month, and I genuinely like what I'm receiving. Like, I don't think I've had a bad month. There are always enough products in the bag that I enjoy that it more than makes up for the cost of the subscription. So I really love it. I cannot recommend the Color Curate subscription enough. It's worth it. Other than that, so I had tried the Yes Oh Yes subscription. The first month was terrible. I hate saying that, but it was, the palette was like the big seller in that box, and like the dark blue shade got hard pan the first time I used it, and I'm going to be decluttering it. I just don't. It doesn't make me happy. Looking at it makes me sad, so that's going away. This month, all the products were from Bellápierre. They're awesome. What I've tried so far, I still need to play with the lip products, but I think this was a really great month. I'm not entirely sure whether or not it's a subscription that I'm going to keep going forward, because it's not $10. It's supposed to be like $13, but then with shipping you end up paying like 16 something a month, and I don't know. This month, absolutely worth it, but I don't know what sort of items they're going to have going forward, and Like, I wouldn't pay like $16 a month for the first month's worth of products. That would make me angry. So right now, I do not have it set up to renew next month. I might wait and see what the sneak peeks are, and if there's, you know, something that makes it worth it, maybe I'll reactivate the subscription, maybe, but we'll have to see. But that's subscriptions. And the other thing that I wanted to touch on is the indie brand review, my monthly indie brand review series. So I normally would have posted something by now. The brand that I was going to review was Maple and Beach Cosmetics. They are actually in the process of discontinuing their eyeshadow palettes in order to bring new eyeshadow products out. So the items that I had purchased and been testing from them, I have a liquid lipstick, I have a matte cream lipstick, I have their eyeshadow palette Sassy, and I have an eyeshadow single. I love the formula of their singles, so I'm very much hoping that whatever they bring out next is in the same formula as their single eyeshadows. And I'm not mad at all that they're phasing out the palettes, because from the research that I've done, and I haven't confirmed this with the brand obviously, but from the research that I've done, it seems like it's a private label situation. Those palettes in the exact same configuration are available for sale on multiple brand websites, so I can understand why they would be phasing them out. It's not their palette, if that makes sense. Like, it's their palette, their name is on it, they're selling it, but it's not their palette or their formula. So I don't have a problem with them phasing that out. I'm not mad about it. I'm gonna wait and see what happens, what sort of products they bring out to replace the palettes. And I still intend to do a brand review because I very much do think it's a good brand. I just want to wait and see what they do eyeshadow wise and what they bring out. In the place of Maple and Beach Cosmetics, I'm going to focus my attention on the research project this month, because I feel like that's going to be a lot more interesting for a lot more people. If anyone has any suggestions for other research projects that I could potentially do, things in the beauty or cosmetic industry that I could look into, questions that you have, I am always open to suggestions for things that I could do in the future. I don't really intend for this sort of research projects thing to take the place of the indie brand reviews. I want it to be supplementary, but as I said in my last Get Ready With Me, I would like to bring forth more educational content on my YouTube channel, just in general. I like disseminating information. I like informing people of stuff. I love research. I love law. I love all of it. So that's something that's very much up my alley, and I think that it would be fun to bring that to my channel as well. So if you have suggestions or things that you're curious about that you don't have the time to research yourself, please let me know. Leave a comment. I will look into it. I'll let you know if it's something that I can't do for whatever reason, but I can always use new suggestions. So that is about it. I'm going to leave you now so that I can film the video for the giveaway, so that I can post that on Saturday the 24th, which is technically today because it is 3 a.m. It is 3 a.m. So I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this. If you like my face, you're interested in the future projects, it helps when you can talk, that I have plans, and you know, want to see more of me doing things, you can always subscribe or not. I mean, I'm not the boss of you, so it would make me happy if you subscribed, but I'm not the boss of you. You do you, boo. I will see you in the next video. Peace.